Hey there gang, how are you? We're going to look at subtracting mixed numbers with improper fractions. So we're going to be looking at doing sums like this, 9 and 6/7. Take away 2 and 8/3, and yuck, here's an ugly improper fraction that we are definitely going to have to deal with. And our success criteria is going to be a bit like this. Okay, when we are confronted with these mixed numbers, when we are confronted with these improper fractions, we're going to have to convert them to mixed numbers first. Then we can actually subtract the fractions that have also got, of course, we can subtract the fractions when they've got like denominators, so we might need to make them like denominators, and then we can subtract the whole numbers. Okay, so let's have a go at doing that right now. Okay, the first one is, look, 9 and 6/7 take away 2 and 8/3. Now, the first thing we're going to do is convert any improper fractions into mixed numerals. So let's do that. Let's just forget about the 9 for now. Let's forget about the 6/7. Let's forget about the 2. Let's just worry about the 8/3. And we'll come back to all of this shortly. Let's just worry about the 8/3. So 8/3, let's convert that into a mixed numeral, thank you. So the simplest way to do that is go 3 into 8, which is how many times? Well, that's twice actually, isn't it? So it goes in twice, and there's actually a remainder of 1, isn't there? Because 3 into 8 goes, no, that's wrong, there's not a remainder of 1. 3 into 8 actually goes twice, because 2 times 3 is 6, which gives us a remainder of 2. So 3 into 8 goes twice, with a remainder of 2, and we say a remainder of 2/3. Okay, so guys, I hope you can see what we've worked out is that actually 8/3 is the same as 2 and 2/3. This is the same. 8/3 is the same as 2 and 2/3, and we can work with this mixed number. If we're going to subtract all of this from this, okay, if we're going to subtract that, then we need to have converted the 8/3 into a mixed number. Now, it actually might help to pretend that all of this is bracketed. So I'm just going to do that, because what we need to understand is that we're actually, the sum looks like this really. It's 9 and 6/7. We're coming back to the sum now, minus 2, which is this 2 here, plus whatever this was, which is 8/3, which is 2 and 2/3. Okay, which is of course this bit. So, now we've bracketed it, we can sort of work out the sum a little bit better. So it's 9 and 6, whoops, daisy, sorry. So it's 9 and 6/7 take away, well, whatever this is 2 plus 2 and 2/3 is 4 and 2/3, isn't it? So the sum is 9 and 6/7, right, take away 4 and 2/3. Let's move that up to the right spot. Oops, daisy, sorry. 4 and 2/3. Okay, so that's really our new sum. Okay, 9 and 6/7 take away 4 and 2/3. It's the same as the other one, but we've just converted it so that we no longer have an improper fraction. So now we're just going to take away these fractions from each other, but there is a problem. Look, that's 7ths and that's 3rds. Okay. So we need to make them into the same denominator. So I'm actually going to make them into the common denominator of 21, because I know that 7 goes into 21, and I know that 3 goes into 21 as well. And 3 times 7 equals 21, sure. So whatever I do to the bottom, I've got to do to the top. So 2 times 7 equals 14. So that's like saying 2/3 is the same as 14 over 21, and it is, it's equivalent. Right, 7 times 3 equals 21, doesn't it? Right, so whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top. So 6 times 3 equals 18. So that's like saying that 6/7 equals 18 21s, and it does. And 2/3 equals 14 over 21, and it does. They're both equivalent. Just let me tidy that up a little. So our sum becomes now 9 and 18 21s, take away 4 and 14 21s, and I mean we can lose this now. We don't really need it anymore. It's just redundant. Okay, we've moved along from that now. Our fresh sum is this one. It's exactly the same one, but we've written it in a way that we can now understand. So when we're multiplying, taking away fractions, we should do the fractions first. So 18 21s minus 14 21s is 4 21s, isn't it? And 9 minus 4 equals 5, and there's your answer. That's as far as it's going to get down to. Hey, let's do another one. Let's do this one. Let's do 8 3/4. It's 8 3/4. Take away 3 6/5. Okay, let's do that. And straight away you can see there's a problem. I'll tell you the problem. Look, we've got ourselves an improper fraction. Yuck. We've got ourselves an improper fraction, and this is a problem. If we're going to be subtracting these mixed numbers, we need to convert this improper fraction here, right here, thank you, into a mixed number. So let's not worry. Let's just worry about 6/5. Just worry about that. That's all we're looking at here. And let's make 6/5. Well, 5 goes into 6 how many times? 1 with 1 remainder. So 6/5 really equals 1 1/5. Great. So let's keep it simple. I'll just rub out that, because now we know that 6/5 equals 1 1/5. Okay. Oh, I lost everything, did I? Where'd all that go? Okay, I'll just bring it back. Okay, and we're back. We worked out that 6/5, okay, just equals 1 1/5. We can rewrite this entire part over here, and we should. Let's tidy that up. Okay. Right, this figure over here, this amount over here is really 3 plus 1 1/5, isn't it? Which of course actually equals 4 1/5. So that means that the question really is 8 3/4, right, take away 4 1/5. Okay. Okay, so I hope you followed that. So we've actually converted to mixed numbers, and so we've tidied up our sum a little bit now. But there's a problem. Look, that's 4 and that's 5. Yeah. So they need to have a common denominator. We can't work any further until we've got common denominators. So let's do that. Let's make it into 20, because 4 goes into 20, doesn't it? And 5 goes into 20. So 5 times 4, yeah, equals 20. So whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. So 1 times 4. And so that 4/20 equals 1 over 5. It's the same value. 4 times 5, yep, equals 20. So whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. 3 times 5 equals 15. So that's the same value. So what we're saying there, guys, is that 1/5 equals 4/20. They're equivalent. And that 3/4 equals 15 over 20. They're equivalent. So now let's just add the whole numbers. So it's 8 15/20 take away 4 15/20. So we've rewritten the sum again. So this down here is now redundant. We can lose that. And this has happened in maths. You just need to rewrite the sum and rewrite the sum so it gets simpler and simpler. And then you can eventually solve it. Like I've said, do the fractions first. 15 over 20 minus 4 over 20 is 11 over 20. Yep. And 8 take away 4 is 4. So your answer should be 4 11/20. Hey, let's do one more, and I might let you have a go all by yourself really before I do it. So I'm just going to write it out for you. It's 9. I'll write it out. Sorry about this. 9. No, not in blue. I'm going to pause it. Okay. 9 6/7 take away 2 10/6. Okay, have a go, and then I'll go through it a little bit more quickly than before, and we'll see how we go. Okay. Okay, I hope you paused me, and I hope you've gone, yuck, look at this. 10/6, not having that. I hope you converted 10/6 into, well, let me do it. 6 into 10 goes 1 and 4 remainder, so 1 4/10. So really, this sum over here, oops, daisy, rub that out. Sorry about that. This so 1 4/10. So really, we're talking about minus 2 plus 1 4/10. Okay, and I'll just get rid of that. Right. So 2 plus 1 4/10 is 3 4/10, isn't it? So your answer is 3 4/10. So really, this entire value here is 3 4/10. So let's just tidy that up. Let's fix that up then, shall we? Okay, so the sum really is there you go. So the sum is really 9 6/7 minus 3 4/10. We've tidied it up. We've removed the improper fraction. We've adjusted it to a mixed number. But we still have a problem. Look, these are uncommon denominators, and that's not acceptable. So what's the number that 7 goes into, that 10 goes into? I'm going to say 70. I think 70 is the easiest. Okay, let's convert them both into 70ths. Okay, 10 times 7 is 70, so 4 times 7 is 28. 7 times 10 is 70, so 6 times 10 equals 60, right? So 6/7 equals 60. So we're following 6/7 equals 60 over 70, and 4/10 equals 28 over 70. They're the same value. They're equivalent. Let's move down those whole numbers. So it's really 9 and 60/70ths. Take away 3 and 28/70ths. Let's do the fractions first. 60 minus 28 equals 32. Yeah, so 32 over 70. That can be simplified. 9 take away 3 equals 6. So that's your answer, but let's simplify this. You can actually halve this. Okay, so I know that 32, I know that half of 32 is going to be 16, and I know that half of 70 is going to be 35. So a simplified answer would be 6 and 16/35, which I do believe will be the most simple form of that answer. Let me just double check. Yes, and that's correct. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. We have been looking at subtracting mixed numbers that also include improper fractions. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.